So we've got Rotimi. We've managed to reconnect with Rotimi now. So let's talk to him about the banks and the market. So good morning to you, Rotimi.
Good morning.
It's great to have you on the show. Well, it is a holiday, and so the markets are closed and will stay that way until Friday when it will be reopened again. But taking a look at recent developments, particularly the recent one that happened on Monday, just before the markets closed for the holiday, the Central Bank of Nigeria constituting a new board for Skybank. Give us your thoughts. Talk to us about the impact of this intervention on bank stocks, particularly that bank in question, Skybank.
Well, I think the recent development concerning Skybank and the daily decision taken by CBN, I believe the news has been around, and I think moving at this time, I believe they consider that to be the best. And CBN is particularly passionate about depositors' funds, and I think they tried by every means to make sure that such is protected and the depositors don't suffer whatsoever loss. And while we respect what is happening, such speculation concerning the state of Skybank has been very right in the market. And the eventual news on Monday is definitely taking its toll on the banking sector. So at least that we will see again on Friday, and maybe thereafter there will be some stability. The one that wasn't really affected on Monday was Guarantee Trust Bank. Virtually all the other banking sector stocks went down. And I think this is really calling for a quick action by the Nigerian Stock Exchange and also the Securities and Exchange Commission. Also, I believe the kind of passion that CBN has for the depositors should also come for investors in such entities as listed on the exchange. And I believe that way there are more preemptive action need to be taken in order to avoid the situation whereby investors' value will be eroded soon. And I think they are already thinking in that direction.
So at this point, you've called for the regulators to step in to try to stave off the negativity that will be replicated or domino effect that we're going to see in the coming days on the banking stocks. But these banks are strong in their own right, properly valued, as I've had you talk about in the last couple of conversations while we're looking at the market. At this point, should investors, how do you think investors are going to, already we're seeing investors taking negative stands on these stocks, booking profit very heavily. But in the coming days, do you think this will continue?
Well, I think looking back to what happened in 2008, when the banks were taken over by the CBN, and some banks, the likes of Continental and all that, we saw what followed suit thereafter. And I think a situation like that should be promptly prevented at this point in time. Well, I think to a great extent at this point in time, it would have been appropriate if the pricing of Skybank is placed on technical suspension. So at least pending the time that the new management of Skybank will come and bring the market about the roadmap to reviving that bank. And I think also that with respect to other banks, I think we need a reassurance that all of them that are remaining are very healthy and that there is no cause for alarm. I think this definitely is very much expected from the regulators, maybe as trading resumes on Friday.
But Rotimi, you also have to realize that the dynamics in the markets have not changed. We're not seeing an improvement, or we're still seeing the markets trying to adjust to this new forex trading reforms by the Central Bank of Nigeria, the floating of the naira, that is. And we're also seeing the market still digesting some of the policies that are coming from the fiscal authorities as well. And the banks are really in the thick of it. How do you think the market is going to move?
Well, I think one thing that is very clear at this point in time, we've just ended a quarter. And I think having ended that quarter, there is expectation about what the outcome, the financials of the banks are at the end of that quarter. So a lot of expectations are in the air, and that will remain until we get to see trickles of results coming from the banking sector stocks. So for now, the kind of reaction that we're going to see is definitely going to be negative with respect to the Skybank news. And I think we need a reassurance. And that reassurance can come either by way of pronouncement by the regulators or by way of the financials for the second quarter coming out promptly in order for it to stem whatever tide that they want to follow this.
Well, that's why I asked the question. Even though earnings expectations are high, the quarter just ended. The quarter has just ended, and so we're expecting the results to come in. We're also expecting to see. What are you expecting to see? What do you think investors are expecting to see with regards bank results?
Well, I think it's definitely going to be mixed. Some banks are definitely going to be able to manage the situation, but for some others, it's definitely going to be bizarre, so to say. And I think we've seen it's just that the eventual deregulation has come to be, and I think to be in the second quarter. And I think with the reports that are coming right now, it begins to show a reflection of what is to come. But for me, I don't really see much of an improvement in the financials of some of the banks. Some of them may be able to keep up their previous positions, but some definitely we have to post reduced figures. And I think whichever way it is better that those figures come out very promptly. And I think that will save a lot of situation in the market.
Rotimi, thank you so much for your time this morning and your perspectives as well.